happening. Oh my gosh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so close to finishing the first month of the year with you all. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to our webinar today, Afraid of Competition. We have Sean and Sean Jr. here. They're setting up, they're in the background, they're preparing this incredible webinar for you guys. I'm very excited. And of course, we have Anish here tuning in all the way from the West Coast because he's just the most committed person ever
Just
to
admit it.
you are
me. You're gonna
look
commit
at
me.
you.
You know you're gonna Baker act me. I know what that meant.
No. You're just always here, no matter what is going on, you're always here. So we appreciate that too. So thanks for being on, Anish. So guys, we're here, BPM RIA. You guys know Broward, Palm Beach, Miami Real Estate Investors Association, your only local chapter here in South Florida. My name is Alexa, Operations Manager here at the BPM RIA office. And I do have some announcements for you guys. We will be raffling off a one-year membership today to a lucky winner. There's going to be a lot said during this webinar today, so I will be putting things in the chat box for you guys so you can notate and follow along with what's happening in the webinar. But to opt into our webinar raffle today, you're going to text the word membership to our event line here, 954-800-6961. I will pop that in the chat for you guys in just a second, but I want to get through these incredible announcements, and I just want you guys to be paying attention because a lot's happening in this webinar today. So listen up, guys. Webinar next week with DPI Fund, hedge fund managers, Anish, Taryn, Jason. They will be getting into why invest in a real estate hedge fund now and how to diversify. So I will hope to see you all there. Big week next week. So listen up. We have our monthly meeting on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. to 8:30. We're going to discover the secrets of mastering relationships, money, and power with Marshall Silver. Cannot wait to introduce him to you guys. I'm super excited to meet him. I've heard nothing but incredible things about this guy. And I know Anish is going to be participating in a lot of his activities and training. So I'm really excited that we're going to be working closer with Marshall. And I'm sure Anish will talk about it more with you guys too. And then a lot of you who participated in the Quick Start 2-day training last, you know who RIAFax is. We are having a webinar with Francisco Mago, owner and creator of RIAFax, on Thursday. Learn how to find 8 different types of deals. You will not want to miss that one either. It's very important that you make yourself available this week for these events, as I think they are coming at a very, very pivotal time for us and for you guys. So look forward to seeing you guys there at those webinars. And then we will get more into this throughout the webinar, but we have a paid half-day training. It's pretty much a full day, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. live on Zoom. So you guys can be comfy at home, but you are going to feel like you are in a room with a lot of other really dedicated people to growing their business through social media marketing. So this will be led by Sean, again, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Lots going down in this live Zoom training, and we will get into a lot of the details about why you should be there during this webinar today. So for anyone watching the replay as well, these are all posted to the website on bpmria.com. And then last but not least, we have our webinar the following week with Bradley Montoya. I am excited to announce this. He's a professional dancer, professional dance instructor. He does works in insurance. He's a broker. So I'm really excited what this guy has to say about his journey, because it sounds pretty incredible. If you go to the website and check out this webinar, you're going to be like, what is happening? So I'm really excited for this one. Ready to get in the mindset of a champion, because that's just how I roll, and I hope you guys are down for that too. So
we're doing some stuff that I'm gonna add on So I'm going to have special guests throughout the year that are not real estate people also, just inspirational people where I might do an interview with them or have a quick chat to get you in the right framework too. So
Absolutely. So important. Okay. So my favorite way to keep up with events, as many of you know, is via text. It is so easy. You just text the word BPM REIA, all one word, no spaces, to our event line, 954-800-6961. This is our event line. It's text only. Don't call this number or try to chat with me on here. This is just for raffles and event updates. So you guys know that. And leave those little marks out of this too. Just BPM RIA, all one word, no spaces, to our event line here. And I'll pop all this information in the chat for you guys so you have it. And you can look into it and register for those events on your own time. So Quick Start Bootcamp, this just passed. I'm already getting messages on when is the next one. Is this the right training for me? I want to learn wholesaling. Should I attend this training? Like, I know you guys touch on other things. Well, I say come to the training. It's a money back guarantee, 2 full days. We are going to touch on wholesaling, flipping, and rehabbing, but many of you guys know wholesaling is our niche. It's our, area of expertise. It's what we teach in our mentoring and coaching program. If you're interested in the mentoring and coaching program, this training is going to be where you want to start. If you ask me, I think that this is the best place to get to know us, spend 2 full days with us. All of our mentor students know that this is a part of the program coming to this training. So you'll be in there with our mentor students, future mentor students, realtors, people that want to learn the non-traditional strategies that we're using in our mentoring program. So we have 4 incredible speakers. They're all on the website, bpmquickstart.com. You want to check out who those special people we have on there and look at the topics that we get into. So I hope to see you guys all at the next one because it's a really good time. And I did from discounts to Home Depot, Avis, Budget, so many incredible vendors. And of course, you're going to get in free for those in-person networking meetings, and your guests get in at half price. So if you have any questions about memberships, and it's just popping these polls up here. So thank you guys for responding to the polls. And if you're wondering if the membership is a good fit for you, I'm more than happy to talk to you about it. So we can get you either in for the individual or for the corporate membership. I'd love to talk to you guys about it. So thank you. Mentoring and coaching. Many of you know we do offer one-on-one coaching and mentoring here at BPM RIA. It is truly one-on-one. You are paired with a mentor. We do put up 100% of the money for our students' deals, split the profit 50-50. We do a lot of wholesaling. So if you have any questions about the mentoring and coaching program, we have a link on our website to book a discovery call at a time that works for you, works for me. I'm able to get you the brochure with complete breakdown of everything that's included in the program, which we include RIAFax, RIA Black Book, so many amazing things in there to make you successful and start doing deals immediately. And yes, I will be more than happy to schedule 1-hour consultation with you and a mentor so that you guys can work that out and get any questions answered that you have about the mentoring and coaching program. And thank you guys so much for responding to the poll. You guys are awake. Thank you. You will, trust me, if you're not awake now, Sean is going to wake you guys up. So I hope you guys are ready for him. But I do want to always say thank you. Thank you to National RIA. Thank you to all of our corporate members that you can find on our website on bpmria.com. I'll be linking everything in the chat for you guys because we're going to talk about a lot of amazing things today. And I want you guys to be able to keep up with everything we have going on. So Anish, any last comments?
Yeah, so I am super excited. Put it in the chat if you've been watching our fun YouTube videos. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you guys are missing out. So one of the things is that, I'm going to talk about Sean. Sean is, first of all, is a former student or always a student of our coaching program. And over this last year or two, he's become a great friend, him and Catherine and his son, Sean Jr. and the team. And what an amazing, amazing family they are. And without a doubt, he's probably one of the most humble guys I've ever met in my life. I remember meeting Sean in these classes and I was like, man, that guy's a pretty quiet IT guy. Well, was I wrong, right? So as you've been watching these funny videos, I want you to know that Sean is actually the creator. I'm the stiff, I guess, on that. I just kind of show up. And it's pretty amazing. And so one of the cool things is we always talk about at the RIA to put yourself out there. And so Sean calls me up and says, hey, I got this great idea. How about we do these videos? And I was like, if you know me a little bit, I was not happy. Meaning I was like, oh, really? Like, I'd rather flip a house. I'd rather talk to a seller. And please do not get me in front of a camera. And so Sean says, no, come on, it'll be easy. Well, I know why it's easy for me because he makes me look good, right? I just stand there and he comes up with all these things and it's just one of those amazing things out there. And what the idea today is, so if you're an old timer like me, how do you sell properties, right? You take some photos, you put it on your email list and you hope for the best. As we have a corrective market, right? We're seeing some things that are changing. You have to be different out there to sell your properties. And what I didn't realize that, I'm not a big reel guy or YouTube guy or any of that stuff was I am missing out on a whole group of people that are buying investment properties, looking for deals by not being on YouTube or actually using social media correctly to sell deals. So what I thought was, hey, how do you get the maximum exposure on these houses? How do I get maximum exposure for our RIA? And it's got to be using some social media. So we're probably the only RIA. I've talked to other RIA owners. No one else has anything like this at all. So I am more than gracious and happy that Mr. Sean McMurray is with us, and he's gonna hit you with some power. So drink up, get your coffee, drink up. If you're drinking a dirty martini, whatever you got to do, get.
Nish froze there, but I know, Sean, that you move a little different. So be sure to tell everybody what you're looking for, if they're hopping in the chat for you, if they're going in the Q&A for you for questions. We usually tell everybody put those questions in the Q&A box so they don't get lost in the chat, but I know that we're going to be getting into it today. So the chat will be popping. I'll be here to make sure we don't miss anything. And yeah, you just rock it. I know that you have a little secret sauce that you're putting on the I saw something on the Facebook post that I was like, okay.
Yeah, you know what we might do, Sean? I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot. Maybe we'll pick one person to be in a future video if you're local. Maybe we'll figure out something. And
I like that.
You could be on camera with us.
Yeah, I love that idea. I definitely, this is something that, as you know, Anish, that I'm passionate about. And if you look at our first video together and where you are now, your confidence is just out of this world, man. So
yeah, and if
I'm confident we can do this for anybody.
And I'm just saying is that if you don't know, if you haven't watched any videos, it's not one of those other videos. This is a clean video, guy. No. And I'll let Sean take I'll leave it to you now. And I'm just going to shut up and listen. So it's all yours, Sean.
Hey, thank you, Anish. Thank you, Alexa. And please forgive me. We're working through technical difficulties. So yeah, you get to see my messy house. But what's up, everybody? I'm Sean McMurray. Thank you all for attending our webinar, Dank Asset Marketing's Realizing I Got Hot Things, or Damn Right for short. What you learn today will change your life and business and make you money. This webinar is just the beginning of a lifelong relationship, and I'm ecstatic to start this journey with you all. Make sure you have a note-taking tool, because it is my intention by the end of this video to not only get you correctly started on the right path of creating engaging content, but also to realizing I got hot things, or realize that you can do this and you have something that people want and need to hear, whether that be a product, service, or message. What you also need to know is I love engagement. Usually I look at your beautiful faces and laugh with you. In this webinar, we'll be using the chat, I believe is what we're going to use for this. And so please engage their questions, your responses, make sure it's in the chat. I have $100 to PayPal or Zelle the most engaged person during this webinar. So make sure you are responding to these polls. Full disclosure, it will take us up to 7 days to compile the data and send the $100 out to the most engaged person. But trust me, it's coming. Who loves free money? Please respond, huh? If you don't know what huh stands for, that is heard, understood, and acknowledged. It's an affirmation, and interesting because while an airman in the Air Force, others used it, but I never did, but we're using it today, okay? Anish, do we have a way to identify who's the first to respond to my question in the comment section?
It's gonna be really easy, like whoever puts it in the chat. So we'll keep, as soon as you say it, Alexa will keep an eye on the first person. So don't, and yeah, we'll make sure we got it. We got it.
Awesome. Okay, so that person is going to get $100, all right? Perfect. Please respond, and we'll get $100 to you by the end. The next most engaged person. So that was we're giving away $100 to the first person to respond, and the next person gets $100 for being the most engaged. All right, and give me a second. Here, 1 second, guys. I'm having some difficulty.
Hey, so just
The video. You turn it off?
We'll turn it off.
No. Okay, there you
Well,
audio.
yep.
What-
So
Again, sorry, you guys, we're having technical difficulties. We're working through it. So who loves free money? Let me get a who. In the comment section, obviously. There's a term we coined called WPS, or whack post syndrome. For my older folks or those not in the know, that means you suck at social marketing and your posts and videos are not engaging your ideal clients. Who suffers from WPS and wants to create the type of content to engage your ideal clients? Let me get a who. All right. I know some of you were hesitant to respond, but the first part of getting over any addiction is admitting you have a problem. Anish, did we get any responses?
yeah, we got a bunch. It is moving pretty quick. So
Awesome.
and
Sorry, guys.
yeah, don't worry. And also Alexa will be on board too, because I'm actually in the West Coast and my internet connection is like a little suspicious here. So
Okay.
Alexa might be helping you out too, just in case.
Awesome. All right. Who is flooding hundreds or thousands of dollars a year on advertising on Facebook or YouTube to gain clients? And as soon as you turn the spigot off, new clients stop coming in and your business stops making money. Let me get a who. That may have been a hard one to come to terms with, but I was you. I was this guy. This webinar, damn right, is the first step in breaking that habit. Who would like to learn how to create engaging content that organically builds a community of devout followers who will rave about your product or service without the need to pay them? Let me get a who. All right. Let me get a who. For the majority of you who responded who, okay. And sorry, guys. So basically, knows that I'm going to try to sell you something here. Let me get a hook. I'm a people pleaser, and the customer is always right. In fact, I'm not going to try to sell you something. I will sell you something, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I feel so passionately about what we've put together and its ability to amplify your voice and business that the investment will be more than worth it. Our program is great for you and your business, which in turn enables your clients to know your product or service is good for them, and you are great for us. Everyone wins. As you can tell, I love giving away free things. I've already given away $100 at the beginning of this damn right webinar, and I'll give another $100 to the most engaged person in the chat. I will also give away access to our master course delivered on February 4, I believe, Anish? Alexa?
You got it, February 4th.
Okay, got it. So the course is called Dank Asset Marketing's Super Unique Rich Entertainment, or Damn Sure for short. So we have Damn Right. In Damn Right, we preview Damn Sure by highlighting the 3 most important things that you need to focus on. And really, that's the important thing with working with our program, is that I was a business owner like you guys, or I am a business owner. And just the minutia of running a marketing campaign, it can be overwhelming. So we focus on the things that matter. In Damn Sure, we will bring additional elements that will simplify your implementation and delivery of the principles you will learn. For members of BPM RIA, Damn Sure is a $99 investment. And for non-members, this is a $199 investment. Folks, this will be the best deal you will ever get on this course. Moving forward, this will be a $499 investment. Who thinks this program, Damn Sure, can simplify your business's voice and wants to be the one who receives free access? Let me get a hook. All right. The winner will be selected from this webinar's list of the most engaged people. You will be among the most engaged if you want an opportunity to grow your business online. Here's the first thing I need you to do. Write this down in big, bold letters. And Sean, actually, can you share the screen, please? You should see my pad here. I'm using a little bit of technology. We're trying to bring this to the 2023. Not just share screen, and you should see this.
Yeah, I got it. Sharing it.
Okay, can you guys see that? Okay.
Yes.
Yep, we got it.
Okay. Take the initiative now. What does that mean? In the military, it was essential to be the first to strike, as this would present a tactical advantage. In this scenario, the same holds true. There's a quote by Aristotle. Write this down. Fortune favors the bold. How many of you have a fantastic product or service and believe that if you built it, they would come? Huh? How many of you wish that were true? Huh? How many of you built it and launched it and no one came? Huh? How many of you realized there is more to being successful in business than just having an amazing product or service? Huh? The challenge with most people is they believe people buy what and how you do it. Write this down. People buy why you do it, not how and what. I'll give you a few more seconds to write that down. I was at a real estate meeting. I won't state the meeting which RIA I won't state which RIA I was at because I want to avoid identifying anyone. I'm waiting in line for 30 seconds to talk about my short-term rental business. There are 3 short-term rental guys there, including me. one was a good friend of mine. He was in the education space. He did an amazing job. And there was another guy, I had never met him. He was a new guy to the scene, at least for me. Nothing wrong with the guy. He seemed like a really nice guy. This was his 30 seconds. Hi, everyone. I'm John Doe. I do STRs. I work with you to develop a plan and a strategy. My phone number is XXX. I look forward to speaking and working with you. I'm a few folks back and thinking, how can I stand out? This was my 30 seconds. Who likes Airbnb? Hardly anyone raises their hand. I'm sweating bullets now. I ask another question. Who likes money? A few more people raise their hands, but the room is colder than a brass toilet seat in Santa's outhouse. I continue. There are two strategies I use, arbitrage and co-hosting. I notice no one cares. I switch it up at this point, and you at home follow along. Point your finger up. Point your finger down. Very carefully point to the left. Very carefully point to the right. Okay, now point at me. At this point, I have over 100 people pointing at me. I'll look each of them in the eye as they point at me and say, I am money. If you do not talk to me or grab my business card, it will burn in your mind the idea of money walking out of your life. Do not let money walk out of your life. Seize the opportunity. As I walked off stage, people reached out for a business card and stopped me to ask questions. I had a line of people chasing me down to talk, shake my hand, and take down my contact information. Before I walked out, I received a text message. Hey, since you are money, I have a small amount of money I'd like to invest. When can we talk? People didn't care what I did or how I did it. For those folks in that room, I answered why they should reach out to me. That why for them was money. And it was enough that they were already throwing it at me. Write this down on your paper. Start with why. How many of you are familiar with the flag bearer in the military? Let me get a whoa. Historically, they would go into battle with nothing but their flag. They led from the front with the hazards of war all around them. Imagine arrows, swords, and bullets glancing to your left and right and in front of you. The flag represented the symbol for which they all fought and died. It also served as an easy mark for soldiers to organize around. As one flag bearer fell, another would pick it up and continue the charge. Your why is your flag bearer. Your employees, business, and marketing decisions, customers, and your community will organize around your why. A compelling and consistent delivery of your why will encourage a loyal, growing community. People who believe in your why will tattoo your logo on their skin. They will wait in line to speak and shake your hand. They will promote whatever service or product you offer and gladly share their joy with the rest of the world. Circle or highlight, start with why. What you see on your screen, Sean, you'll need to share, can you share our why? What you're gonna see on your screen is Dank Asset Marketing's why. And let me assist my son here.
Right here.
Yeah, things out. Nope. There it goes.
So as you guys can imagine, trying to do some of these things on Zoom is not as easy as in person. So, so far, you know, what are you guys gonna put in the chat? What do we think of so far, or what Sean's talking about? How complacent are you guys when you're talking about your business? Without a doubt, I mean, The job is, you know, as an investor also, when you're talking about your properties, you want to get people excited. And that's very important versus, hey, I'm just going to send you an email or I just got a property. It's about the story too. So that's very important when you're out there.
Right there.
How many people actually saw Sean speak at our Wednesday meeting that day? Oh, he's coming back on.
All right, can you guys see that?
Yep, we see it.
Hey, thanks for the assist, Anish. I appreciate that. So if you guys can see that, right? Our why is we empower entrepreneurs, and actually, let me take that back. We believe every dream deserves a chance to become reality. We empower entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and business owners with the tools to amplify their voices and get their dream, idea, and passion out to the world. After 9 hours of working your day job and 5 hours of sleep, you burn the midnight oil and build your business with nothing but hope and a plan to turn your ideas into reality. The dream that one day your vision and passion will impact the world in a meaningful way. You are our why. As we focus on you, we will continue building the tools and services that simplify marketing and amplify your voice and passion so that the world will hear you roar. You are our why. Doesn't that fire you up? Let me get a hook. Doesn't it make you want to support and buy whatever service we offer, huh? Do you realize our why doesn't box us into a particular product or service? Let me get a hook. Our product or service is turning dreams into reality. Who thinks that's awesome? Let me get a hook. I'm a win or lessons type of person. I either win or I learn. I don't regret anything except for two things, and they all revolve around family. I have 4 boys, 3 biologically mine, and my stepson from my relationship with my wife, Catherine. I mentioned stepson only for the clarity of the story that I'm about to tell you. Make no mistake, all 4 are my boys. I had my oldest son, Sean Jr., at the age of 19. My second son, Chiron, by 21, and my third son, Jaden, by 23. I love my boys, and they got me on the right path. Admittedly, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. Although I graduated high school in the top 15% of the country, I did not go to college. I was busy working to support my family. I've been working at least 2 jobs to make enough money to barely survive. I was in the Air Force at the time, so my hours were ridiculously long. If I wasn't doing 12 to 24-hour shifts in station, I was training in the field for our deployment, or I was deployed to a theater of war. In this case, Iraq. I also had a second job selling green tea at the mall. From 5 in the morning to 9 or 10 at night, I worked. I missed out on some of the best years of my children's lives. It's a regret that even today, I can't shake. I work hard now to buy back those years with my family so they don't have to make the sacrifices I made and miss out on their families. How many of you can relate with this story? Let me get a hook. How many of you have a dream and a business that you are dedicating so much time to, it is taking you away from the things that really matter? Let me get a hook. Maybe your kids are grown and have kids of their own that you'd like to see more of, and maybe it's not kids at all. Maybe you'd like to travel more. The challenge is your business is your livelihood. If you don't work, you don't acquire new customers, and you and your family don't eat. Or your business is your dream and your passion. There's no separation between your dream and you as an individual. Giving up on your dream or taking a break from your dream is the equivalent of taking a break from breathing. How many can relate with this, huh? Write this down, and let me see if I have room on here.
Share screen.
Yeah,
Yep, we did.
can you see that? Blaze your own path
Hold on. All right.
is bullshit. Don't get me wrong. Live life on your own terms, but if someone has already developed a path to success and all you have to do is replicate it, why complicate things? Find the blueprint that works, copy it, tweak it, and make it your own. They do the same thing in Hollywood. I was watching Blank Man the other day on my flight from Philly. Guess what? Batman and Robin, but poor. Speed 2, Speed 1, but with a boat. Rambo the series, same storyline, down to a helicopter scene in each movie, except for the recent ones. The enemies just changed. The Vietnamese to the Russians. There's a similar strategy we use on YouTube. Folks, I am the blazed path, and you are the hero in your epic journey. I've suffered the bruises, the scrapes, the falls, and the sticker birds, so you do not have to. Damn sure is that blazed path. It will save you money and grow a community of devout followers who love your product and service. Most importantly, it will save you time. The one thing we could never buy back. Write this down. If you know your enemy, and forgive my handwriting, if you know your enemy and yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. And this was Sun Tzu in The Art of War. So I'm going to read the passage in full. If you know your enemy and yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. And so you're probably asking, well, Sean, isn't this a marketing webinar? Why are we talking about the art of war? That quote I just had you write, let's rewrite it. Write this down. If you know your customer and yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 engagements, and engagements from a marketing perspective, posts, marketing campaigns. At this point, you know your why. You know yourself, right? We started with why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What resources do you have? What are you good at? The following part, people either avoid or need to dedicate more time to, is understanding your demographic. Who is familiar with text messaging, huh? Yeah, everyone should have their hands up. You should be responding. It's 2023. When you text your wife or husband, you search through your phone and find their contact information. You select their method of communication, i.e. text, and then craft a message in hopes of receiving a desired response. You'll either start your text as, "Hey, baby, how's your day?" If you're feeling frisky, send a provocative pic to spice things up. Your wife or husband would appreciate something like that and you receive the desired result positively, right? Now, a joyful response, right? Or as my mentor, my other mentor, Marshall Silver says, you get dessert when you come home. Imagine sending that exact same sequence of messages to your mom or dad. Imagine how mortified you and your parents would be. You sent the right message to the wrong people, or you sent the wrong message to the right people. In either scenario, there was a misalignment and you didn't receive the desired result. Write this down. Understanding your demographic means crafting the right message to the right people to get the desired result. Not understanding your demographic means sending provocative pics intended for the love of your life to your parents. Who thinks this is awesome? Let me get a huh. All right. So you need to create an avatar, and I'll give you time to write this down, right? So it starts with name, age, occupation, income, education, location, fears, motivations, goals, beliefs, and values. Then we get into their interests. Where do they hang out? Which social network do they use? What channels and influencers do they follow? The more you can get inside their head, the more likely you'll be sending the right message to the right people in order to get the desired result. This is an example of our avatar, and let me help my son here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you gotta stop that.
So guys, I put up a quick poll up there and I'm looking at these numbers. Less than 30% of you guys actually have some sort of social media for your business. So you guys are missing out on this. You got to get the word out there. So that's okay. This is why you're here, guys. This is why I actually wanted to do something special with Sean based on that. So Sean, I threw a quick poll up there. More than only 1/3 of the group actually has a social media page for their business. So,
Yeah, that's crazy for 2023. And as we're learning, right? We have some old folks. Let me say old folks, but people that are stuck in their ways, right? The beauty of social networks is it allows you to magnify your voice. You can still manually go door to door, knocking on people's doors, trying to get their information, or from the seat of your living room couch, you can also reach millions more people, right? So the fact that only 30% of people have social networks for their business,
Yep.
That's crazy to me.
And Sean, I know you looked right into the camera and you said those old folks. I felt like you were staring at me. So that's gonna be a conversation later.
So what you guys see on your screen now, this is our demographic, right? Our ideal demographic, and it doesn't have to be exact, right? For us, it's not only women, it's men and women, but the general idea is, although it is important in certain industries to specify which gender, right? Because being able to reach those each gender, it's different, right? And so, as you can see, Susan, age 45. Again, age is important because if you're marketing to an 18-year-old and you're playing Nirvana or you're playing Frank Sinatra, there's not going to be a connection, right? You're going to lose it. For people 30 to 45, they like nostalgia, so Nirvana would match. And occupation, business owner, real estate agent, that's important to understand so you know how to engage them. Income level, right? That's also important. You need to know how much money they make, because if you offer a product and it's too expensive for the demographic, well, then you're obviously not going to get any sales. If it's too low, then the perceived value may not be there. And that's a reason why we're upping the price of the investment of Damn Sure after this course. Education level, that's also important. If you're making references or jokes to college, if they've never gone to college, well, it's going to fall flat, right? So you want to be able to match that to the education. And location, that's also important. If you're in Miami and you're appealing to Buffalo Bills fans, right, it's not going to work. So furthermore, and this doesn't have to be exact. This is all just a best case based upon your research. It's a best guess at who these people are. It's an attempt at getting in their head. But what you'll understand is it's a process. You may start with what we have and then adjust it as you get data back, right? Data is very big for social marketing, marketing online. You need data. You need to see the results of your campaigns. You may launch a commercial or a video and you think it's great, but it falls flat. You tweak it, right? It's not, all is not lost. You just got to tweak it a little bit, just small tweaks until you get what you want. So a few years back, we ran a business called We Do It for the Love of Music. It was an online music website. Think of MTV, BET, and VH1, but when they still played music. We wanted to revive that feeling and focus on music instead of reality shows that the big music companies, they had now regressed to. Part of our premise was to cover significant music events. We had an opportunity to attend a huge hip hop event here in South Florida. It was a hip hop legends event and it did not disappoint. I was on stage with some of the biggest hip hop legends ever. I was on stage with Drez from Black Sheep. You know, you can get with this or you can get with that. Biz Markie and Dougie Fresh, to name a few. I was hanging out in Slick Rick's dressing room with all his jewelry. It was crazy. And I had an opportunity to blaze one with Rakim and DMX in their dressing room. I don't smoke, so I had to pass on it, but I regret not at least being a fly on the wall during that session. Anyways, each of these artists were larger than life to me. I grew up listening to their music on stage and camera. They have a swag and a charisma that's magnetizing. Off stage and behind closed doors, the charisma and swag, they're still there. But they were more human and relatable. I'm not calling them fake. And what I realized in that moment, when on stage and in front of a camera, they upped their swag and charisma. They let their characters shine. They embraced who they were and turned the volume up. Write this down. Are you sharing?
This is right now.
Okay. Own your weird. Whoever you are as a person or whomever you've always wanted to be, embrace it. Just turn the volume up. Write this down. Charisma sells. No one wants a 5 o'clock news character, and it's apparent by their ratings. They want Richard Branson, Keanu Reeves, Russell Brand, or Rakim swag. You want to be relatable, but you also want to be something people don't see in everyday life. You want to stand out. So own your weird, embrace your character, charisma sells. Write this down. This could be the most significant pivot you could make for your business and or your ability to make money. One year ago, I was talking to my wife. I said, babe, Anish, you heard the story Anish just told, but here's the backstory. I said, babe, I think I can help Anish with his YouTube channel. She, of course, agrees, as she does to all my crazy ideas. You sure can, babe. She's great. I love the world out of her. So I floundered around for a week or two, trying to decide whether I would do it. I was stuck in analysis paralysis. Can I actually help him? What happens if he says no? What if I don't produce the results? How many of you can relate? Huh? I made a choice that day and that has changed my life. I sent him a Facebook message on 4/6/2022. Sean, show him the picture of that message. And sorry, Nish, I'm sharing this message.
I got it, I got it.
You got it? Do you see it?
I know what to do.
All right.
You stop sharing this with it?
I hope you blocked out some of the stuff that might have been said in between.
Yeah, just the
I'm a little scared.
specific. You there?
Yep.
So this was the message I sent him. So I just looked at your YouTube channel. I'm not sure who is managing your channel or what your goals are for it, but I have some ideas on how you can improve your channel. FYI, I know you're busy and not sure where this sits on your priority of things. No rush or even need to respond. Just letting you know I'm willing to help if you want or need help. Remember, there was a quote I had you write earlier. Let's write that again. Fortune favors the bold. If you've been to the BPM RIA online YouTube channel, you know what Anish's response was. If not, his response was, okay, sounds good. I'm open to listen. Give me after today. I presented a plan of how much it would cost, and the rest is history. This was our first video together, all right? Let me help him out here. And it's the Firefox.
Yep. And as you can tell, I'm not a paid actor by any means, and how uncomfortable I felt in front of camera. So I know some of you guys are always a little afraid to even get in front of a room or nonetheless camera. So I was one of those guys.
You go ahead and play.
What's good enough?
Just play. Can you guys see that video? Pause it.
Yep, we can see.
Can you guys see Anish's face there? He's like, what the bleep is going on? Go ahead and hit play.
The sound is a little low. I don't know if it's
Is it a
just,
little slow, laggy?
You said low.
Oh, low.
Turn up your computer.
All right, here, let me help you. You got it? How's that, guys?
it's a better.
Okay.
You can turn up a little more just in case. Okay.
And by the way, thanks to my son, Sean, for helping me out. You know, without him, I would not have been able to make this happen. So just shout out to my son, Sean, shout out to my son, Romeo, who's watching as well. And shout out to KJ also. We have another video that we'd like to share with you guys. So
Are we in a real estate bubble?
okay, you can pause that one. So as you can see, Anish is nervous. Although Anish and I, we like poking fun at each other, that is not the reason I'm showing you this video. What I want to show you is his transition, his transformation. Now let's go to the next video. This is one of our most recent videos. And
This is gonna click the different tab.
yeah,
So it's such a way.
this minimize.
Alright.
Okay, go ahead and play that.
Are a multi-millionaire who lives a life many of us aspire to. How did you get to this point?
Yeah, you know what? By not giving a fuck and really being fearless.
Pause it. So talk about a transformation, right? He went from looking at me like, what did I just get into? What am I doing here? To the confidence that you just saw there. And it didn't have to be a cuss word. It didn't have to be that, but you just see the transformation. Who can see that compared to the first video, Anish is much better here. Huh? Yeah, Anish has come a long way. And I'm definitely incredibly proud of him. I'm extremely grateful to him for giving me this opportunity. This has been an amazing year of growth for us, right? Who wants this to be you? Huh? Yeah. So I'm the son of an abusive biological father who wanted nothing to do with my mother and me. He left us homeless on the streets of New York City, and I would sleep on my mother's chest for warmth and comfort. With the family's help, my mother put together enough money for a one-way ticket back to our home island, Guam. We moved into a shack in a junkyard next to a flea market with no running water. We had buckets around the yard that we would collect rainwater for our toilets, shower, dishes, and laundry. The fortunate thing was we had beds and slept 2 to 3 per mattress. By the age of 19, as I've told you before, I had my first son, Sean Jr., and by 20, my second son, Chiron, was on his way. I was bagging groceries at the local commissary, barely making $8,000 to $9,000 a year. I joined the military and upped that to 14 to 17,000 a year, but at least we had medical benefits and a roof over our head at 21. And so it was, you know, and I had 2 jobs, as I told you guys before. It was definitely a very tough time period for us, right? The difference I still work the 5 to 9 shift. The difference is I'm not doing it for pennies anymore. Last year, I cleared $550,000 from jobs, investments, and businesses. This year, my goal is my first million. And in 2 years, I will retire from my day job and follow my passions. How many of you are ready for your transformation, huh? How many of you are prepared to transform your business, huh? I've been a business owner and in marketing for over 14 years. Although I wouldn't call it marketing. In particular, I have 14 years of building engaged, loyal communities. People have tattooed our logos on their bodies. Shout out to KJ. As stated before, I've been on stage with Drez, Biz Markie, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, even Chief Keef for some of you that know. I've interviewed Lazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony twice. I currently manage and co-host the YouTube channel for one of the biggest RIAs in the nation. Shout out to BPM RIA. People make it a point to stop and talk to me. Hey, you're that crazy YouTube guy. Yeah. People wait in line to say hello. And one of the most magical moments happened to me at the last quarterly BPM RIA meeting. I'm speaking with a gentleman about our Airbnb business and how amazing BPM RIA is. He asked me a question and I respond with a story I shared in one of our YouTube videos. He stops me and then recites the video story verbatim. I was taken aback by this experience. I could only describe it as when a musician hears someone reciting his song's lyrics. Look, y'all, my life is good and it's only getting better. Have you seen my wife, y'all? She's smoking hot. I have the most amazing kids. My kids are my business partners. Life is good. Who thinks that's awesome, huh? I have one last lesson for you. I've learned a lot from hanging out with a multi-millionaire for over a year now, Anish, right? Multi-millionaires invest in self-development. Anish would always go through an exercise with me whenever an investment opportunity came along. This is, of course, predicated on the fact that we've already identified a good investment. This is, he would say, this is only X real estate flips. This is only X sales of X product, and the output from this investment is X times more than what you initially invested. Folks, last year, my mentor Anish invested $80,000 in self-development. I invested 90. He has millions. I need to catch up. Here's one more example of what our program can do for you. You folks are the first to see this video. Full disclaimer, although I invest in real estate, I'm not a realtor by any stretch of the mind. About a week ago, Anish gave me a challenge. He asked me to create a video for a property one of BPM RIA's coaches was selling. We were definitely, we were racing against the gun for sure, but I think we did a hell of a job, you know. La Casa del Amor y Caspa de Miramar. Sean.
Firefox?
No, it's just a regular video. It should be.
Yeah, so if you guys know me even a little bit, and then a lot of you guys are students and have dealt with me, I'm all about pushing the edge. And I did put a major challenge on Sean and a time limit. So it's amazing how you get things done when someone pushes you to it.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I'm also part of a challenge, 31 Days to Masculinity. And I'm in it with a great group of folks, a great group of men where, we're just learning to own our masculinity and own what being a man is. And so I actually shared that with the group of folks there. I tend to establish large goals. And for a while, I would beat myself up for not attaining those goals. But what I realized was, had I not set that big of a goal, I wouldn't have accomplished as much as I would have, right? I would have accomplished that small little goal and that would have been it, but not as much as I had, and I have. So, yeah, it's truly a blessing. And here, 1 second. Is it shared? All right, go ahead and press play.
All right, and this is my beautiful, amazing wife, Catherine. Welcome to La Casa del Amor. For you gringos out there, that's the house of love and the citadel of, Wow, this is sexy. Can't you see yourself coming home, opening?
Oh, that's cute, honey. For my ladies, can you imagine coming home from a long day at the office? Your hot husband comes in, sweeps you up over your feet, and carries you to the bedroom with a glass of wine. Let me tell you.
So you want to see your hot man sweeping you off your feet to the bedroom?
Later, babe.
Okay.
As you can see, the interior is completely renovated.
They did a fantastic job. Before we get into the bedroom, they say food is the language of love. That'll be more. Beauty makes love, my eyes. That's my wife, and she is so deliciously gorgeous. Seriously, distraction at time. Let's check out the kitchen.
The video sounds cutting out.
The kitchen is fantastic. Everything is redone in here. Brand new stainless steel appliances. Plenty of cabinet space for all your seasoning items. And the best part, there's plenty of space in here. You can literally for a fiesta. I love it. Hercules, go inside. It's a gift.
Pause it.
Here, although this is
Okay, folks. There's some
So we saw in the chat there that there were some, oh, you got the video going?
Hold on. I got you back on.
All right. We saw in the chat that there were some issues with the audio, and it's a little crummy showing video on Zoom, but you will see this on Facebook, and we're going to upload it to the BPM RIA YouTube page, so you'll be able to see it there. All the videos we have in this webinar, you'll be able to see there. From what you were able to see, who thought that was awesome, huh? You'll be able to create content like this. You'll grow your business, and you'll be able to live on your terms, huh? All right, everyone's favorite part, free stuff. Anish, do we know who was the first to respond, or do we still need to wait on that?
Yep, it was Carly Davidson.
Okay, Carly
Okay.
Davidson,
And she's
I'm
one of our
sending
students.
$100 to you, either Zelle or PayPal. Please provide us with your contact information. You just won $100.
Yep. Yeah, Carly, just go ahead and email Alexa.
Awesome. And Anish, for the most engaged person, I think we need time to compile that, right?
I'm going to say yes, because it's a
Okay.
lot. This chat is hefty.
Okay, so we'll give us 7 days, y'all. I promise, I'm a man of my word. You will receive, the most engaged person will receive $100 just for engaging with us, right? And we'll share, the stipulation is you have to share a video of receiving the $100 so that people know that we actually sent it, all right? So it is coming your way to the most engaged person. You will receive $100. Okay, the next thing Who wants free access to Dank Asset Marketing's sharing unique, rich entertainment? Damn sure. Anish, let's select somebody at random. Or
Okay.
Alexa.
Yeah, well, I'll pick Jenny Garcia.
Jenny Garcia, awesome. All right, Jenny, you've just won access to our Damn Sure webinar, which is February 4. Okay, so who else would love to attend Damn Sure for free and believes this can impact their business? Huh? Well, I'm not giving away any more classes, but you have an opportunity to make the investment in your growth. For our BPM RIA members, that's a $99 investment. For non-members, that's a $199 investment. Remember, you will never be able to invest at this rate again. Moving forward, Damn Sure will be a $499 investment at the least, and it'll be worth every penny. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Anish, you also wanted to give away a free membership. Did you want to BPM RIA, correct? Or Alexa?
Yes, I will pick a winner. But give me like one more minute because I have to tell everybody the last call for the.
No problem. No problem. So, do we have any questions in the chat?
Guys, questions, put them in the Q&A box while I see who the winner is for our raffle today. Questions about February 4th workshop. I go ahead and threw the link in the chat so that you guys can check that out. I'll put it in there again for you. As Sean mentioned, there is member and non-member pricing. Non-members $199, members $99.
Yep.
This is a pretty much full day workshop, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I highly recommend clicking the link in the chat so you guys can read the breakdown of everything that he will cover in the workshop. Of course, he's going to have some surprises in there. You guys have to know by this webinar, there's going to be some good stuff in there. And he has a lot in the description so you guys can really research and make sure that you know what's going on and you're prepared for that workshop.
Yeah, and one of the things is it's going to be a meeting format. So it is cameras on, so it will feel like a classroom. We are keeping it small on purpose. So it is really going to be limited seats. It is our first time doing this. So I want to make sure I don't overwhelm, Sean with 50 to 100 people on there. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So we're keeping it limited seats. And again, I'm doing this at a special pricing for the first time. It will go up higher. I'm telling you already. And if you're not building your social media presence for your business, you're leaving a lot of money on the table.
100%.
Whether it's getting deals, right? Some of you guys are saying, hey, how do I get acquisition on deals? And what you're going to really realize, some of you guys that have been doing this for a while, the reason they're picking you is because they trust and like you. And the best way to show your personality is going to be online. And here's the good part of it, right? You could re-record, right? It's not like you're going online live. If you're not happy with it, you could do it again. So trust me, that's one of the things. And you don't have to be a professional. Look at me. I'm going to stick to my day job. When I say that means real estate investing on that portion. But it becomes a lot more fun. And people start really realizing who you are. And there might be a connection. And this is what I'm telling you is, we kind of joked about it, Sean. It's kind of like, the old timers like me saying, hey, that internet thing is a fad. I wonder if it'll be around. If you're not doing this with social media of any kind, you're going to be left holding the bag and then wondering, what am I doing out there?
Absolutely. That is the truth. And Anish, you don't give yourself enough credit, man. You have come a long way. I really enjoy making these videos with you, man. And tell them, right? Every time we're going out somewhere, every time you're going out somewhere, how many people are stopping you to say, hey, you did the YouTube videos, right? I mean, this is just at every occurrence. I've been to a few of Antonio's courses, and somebody would randomly stop me. So the marketing, the message, the branding is all getting out there.
Yeah, we're laughing. I actually get more comments about our videos on the BPM Re online channel versus our main channel, where actually this presentation will be on our regular channel. That's just pure information versus the fun channel. Actually, I guess it'll be on both eventually, but
Yeah.
that's one of the things that, you know, you get to really play along. So as I said, it's pretty fun, and it's, I don't know, I think people just like working with fun people and
Yeah.
doing deals with fun people in general.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree with that. And so not to mention, so we don't only do YouTube, you know, and you've noticed, and one thing that you guys may have noticed is I probably didn't mention social networks at a single social network, Facebook in particular, or YouTube or anything. And that was by design. A lot of people get confused and caught up in, you know, just all the different social networks. Well, there's a new social network coming out this day. This is the hot one now, but 2 months down the road, it's no longer hot. That's the least important thing, guys. The social networks, that's the easiest thing. Let me say that. Not that it's the least important thing. It's the easiest thing to get a hold of, right? The hardest part is what we talked about today. Understanding your why, understanding your demographic, and getting that character and that charisma out there. That's the hardest part. If you can get those things in check, social networks is going to be it's going to be a million times easier. And you only have to focus on one, right? You don't have to focus on all of them. If you know your demographic, you know where they hang out, which social network they're on. So you only have to focus on one. You can expand to others, but focus on one. And we'll talk about that in damn sure in depth, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you know, what we're doing, you know, what I'm doing with Sean, it's all organic. So if you're on a budget, right, and if you keep doing these, and you got to be consistent, you're going to start adding more followers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like that's what we focus on. So like Anish was saying, we focus on organic traffic, right? You can pay for ads on Facebook and pay for people to view your videos, but guess what? If your video is dog trash, you're paying to promote dog trash, right? So you want to make sure that your content is engaging. You want to focus on creating good and great content. And if you do that, then people will naturally want to share what you have to offer and what you're putting out there. And you'll develop a more tight-knit community of people who love what you do. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not against paying for advertising. I'm not against that at all, but we use it strategically, right? We first focus on creating great content, and then sometime down the road, we'll strategically use paid advertising to further get the message out there, or even to identify, allow us to fail quicker in some scenarios, right? We put a video out there, we think it's gonna rock. We pay for advertising to see how it does. It doesn't do well. Out of the 3 videos that we released, we select the one that did the best, right? So we use it strategically.
Great question.
Yeah, and I know a lot of you guys also have other businesses. So, you know, Sean and his son actually have a vending machine.
Yeah.
Throw it out.
Yep.
Only when we read the question.
Yeah, what's the question?
I'm not sure, but I think you said there was a discount for people who signed up for the STR. Is that so?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Anish mentioned to me, anyone who went to the short-term rental workshop with Antonio,
Yeah.
I'm able to give you guys $50 off. So I can easily send you a payment link. Just send me an email so I can do that for you. I'm already doing that for somebody right now, right
Awesome.
as we speak. But you guys send me an email after the webinar. And just a quick minute here, I have the winner for the raffle. All right,
Yay.
Ooh,
winner is Leah from the Quick Start last week. Congratulations. You won
awesome.
the free membership. I'm so happy for you. Yeah, I think you're one. Yay, exactly. I'm gonna get
And
that ASAP.
you're not gonna regret it. We joined BPM RIA, what, 7, 8 years ago? And it's definitely been one of the biggest, one of the catalysts in changing the direction and trajectory of our lives. So you're not gonna regret that.
Woo.
So I want to thank any final last words, Sean, that you want to give our audience? A big hooah.
Huh? Yeah, yeah. Other than what I've already stated, click the link and pay for the course. You're going to get great information. I promise you, I'm going to help you with your business. And there's actually another program that we're working on called Damn It. So we have Damn Right, which is what you're in now, Damn Sure, and then the next program that we're working on is Damn It. And that's coming in the future. We may announce that at our next course, but look, we're in this together. I'm here to help you get your business out there. I'm not a fly-by-night type of person. If I choose to work with you, I'm loyal to the end, and you can't go wrong.
Absolutely. So I want to thank you guys being on board, checking this out. Sorry about a little bit the audio stuff, the videos with Zooms. I love Zoom, but we have the same challenges when we try to play some videos. We will put it on. It is up on our YouTube channel.
He's probably saying that we're posting it on social media today too on Facebook. So we'll definitely do that. I will be sending every one of you a thank you email after this webinar. I'll send the link for February 4th in there. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reply back to me. If I don't have the answer to your question, I'll send it right over to Sean and get that answer for you. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. I look forward to seeing you all February 4th, Saturday, 9 a.m. sharp. I'm sure that you guys are going to get a lot out of it. And I'm excited for Sean to just get into it a little bit more than we did today. It was just like the tip of the iceberg. So let's do this thing. So yes, thank you guys. Look out for my thank you email. And Anish, were you going to say anything else before you?
Yeah, sorry. Obviously, it's freezing up here in Phoenix, of course. Maybe that's you guys just cut me off because I talk too much, but that's fine. It's not my fault there. No, what I was just saying is that we're very excited to have Sean to doing these events for us, and we really want to do some fun stuff for 2023. And it's the participation of you guys that really makes our RIA one of the strongest in the country. So I hope we see you on Sean's event. Next Wednesday is Marshall Silver's event, who's one of our mentors. We got a lot of good stuff coming on here. And also we'll be.
Oh man. I hate the cliffhanger.
There's actually a strategy for YouTube. So you're learning in live.
Signed up until 12:30, so we will get this last message from Anish. I gotta know what he was gonna say. And, oh man, but I'm happy you guys are already emailing me. I'm so happy I already have like 4 or 5. I think I have like 5 people in the training so far. I'm really happy that you guys are seeing the value and what's being talked about today. Anish is down bad, guys. Down, man, down. Oh gosh, I know you got me in army mode right now, but it's true. I really appreciate that. I know when I worked in the restaurant, we had to reply back with AOA, so it's like similar type of thing, I guess.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, just quick. It's a quick affirmation, right? So.
Absolutely. So guys, whatever Anish had to say, I'll get it from him. And I will send it to you in the thank you email. So look for that. Any last words, Sean? I'm just really grateful for the time today. We appreciate it.
No, just thank you to everybody for attending. This is the first webinar that we've done. So there's a lot of learning lessons that I have here that But I appreciate you guys working with me through this, and I look forward to helping you all grow your businesses.
Yay. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with us. We appreciate you, and we will see you all on Tuesday for our next webinar. Thank you, guys. Have a nice weekend. Thank you, Sean.
Yep, bye.
Bye.